To talk more on the subject as to what the opportunities are for you and I is my guest, Vozbeth Azumah, who is a founder and president of the Reality Ghana. You're welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Great. So let's understand what this project is. A maize production project in Agotime Adedome.
Adedome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
Okay, let me use this opportunity to thank the management of GTV for the invitation and also thank my team for their endless support.
Okay.
Permit me to quickly go through what Reality Ghana is before I tell our listeners about our project. Reality Ghana is an NGO that was established when I was a student in the University of Cape Coast. And what it seeks to do is to complement government efforts in poverty and hunger alleviation. And we believe the only way we can complement government effort in poverty alleviation is when we youth today, we involve ourselves in agriculture. You know, this is a sector that the youth of today do not want to go into. So we believe our problems as a nation, poverty, food insecurity, and youth unemployment can all be solved with agriculture. So given the vision of the organization, we have initiated our first project dubbed Maize Production in Agotime Adedome. I completed UCC 2016 and finished my service this year. I have relocated to my district, that's Agotime Jopi district.
Okay.
So I have engaged the stakeholders in my area, and I've been backed, or the organization has been backed by the traditional chief of Adedome. And he has supported the organization with about 100 acres of plot of land for us to start our production. So, and also we have received support from the Agric Director of the district and also other extension officers who also pledged support for maize production to commence in Agotime Adedome. So basically the objective of the project is to create jobs for the unemployed youth in the area. And also if you take Ghana's production, the annual production, you know, there's a huge deficit. So we also want to take this chance to contribute to Ghana's annual production in terms of increasing maize production.
Okay.
And the project has a social initiative. We are not only creating jobs in the area, but what we seek to do in 4 months or 5 months after the project is to support the needy in the area with stipends, monthly stipends. The government have established what we call free SHS, and the question is what happens after SHS? Will the parents be able to have money to support their wards to go into maybe technical or vocational institutions or whatever venture they want to go into? So we have the monthly stipends. That is an initiative under the project that will be supporting the brilliant but needy students in the area.
Okay, so you creating job opportunities for the youth in the community through farming, and the project is a maize farming project. And I heard you say the chiefs have given you some acres of land, 100 acres of land to do this project. What is the benefit of you talk about stipends, but then that was a later part of it.
Initiative,
Yes. So what is the other benefit to the chiefs, for instance? Have they given this land to you for free? And what's the support like?
I would say that the land is being given for free. You know, I would say that a majority of our uncultivated lands, or majority of 60% of the world's uncultivated land is in Africa, and they are just lying down. We are not using them. So I have engaged the stakeholders in the area, and they have pledged support, and it is totally free, free. But there is nothing like free lunch.
Of course.
We also, in return, we are going to support the chief to also bring development in the area.
Okay, so you have a vast land
that we can
to produce on, and let's find out whether you have any form of support for seedlings and other agricultural needs, for instance, that you've been needed for the projects.
For now, we have been engaging stakeholders to support us with inputs, farm input, and
there is a Plentiful Food and Jobs. Have you,
we have applied for the Plentiful Food and Job. We have also knocked the door of Maslog for support in terms of funding, and I'm hoping that the return, or the return should be positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about the youth? You are a youth and you are proposing this particular venture for them. Agriculture is not something that is attractive to them. What is the response?
You know, I keep telling my friends that if you want to be a billionaire in future, this is agriculture. And agribusiness, agriculture, is Ghana's future.
Okay.
And it is better with the youth we take action now.
Okay.
And there is no other job that you can find better than agriculture. When I was about to end my service in the university as teaching assistant this year, my boss said, okay, you are leaving school. You have left school and you are going to the job market. So which job do you want to do? I told him I want to go into agriculture. My mom said, you go to university, you went to university, and why will you go into agriculture? I said, that's where my passion is.
Okay.
So I want to encourage the youth to also take up the challenge to venture into agriculture. It is not easy, but I don't have challenges in my dictionary.
Okay. If you are to send a message to policymakers and the agricultural ministry, for instance, for anything, what would be the message?
One, I have my view, my personal view, that most of the agrarian policies that we have in the country are not target-based. Target-based, I mean that, let's take, for instance, the planting for food and job.
Yeah.
The government, yes, it's a good initiative that is going to support farmers. And if you want to alleviate poverty, you want to ensure food security, you have to target the smallholder farmers.
Okay.
And the smallholder farmers, majority of them do not have 5 acres of land or 3 acres of land. These, they have maybe 1 acre or less than 1 acre. But the policy targets only those who have about 5 acres of land.
Yeah.
So what happens to those who do not have that acre?
Okay.
What happens to the landless in the community? So
they should turn attention to that.
Turn attention to that. And the landless in the community, majority of them, they are being hired to engage in agricultural production for people. And they are usually exploited. And if you go to the rural communities, I'm telling you, they are extremely poor.
Okay.
So they also pay attention to the landless as well.
Okay. Vozbeth, we congratulate you on this project and we wish you very well in this particular endeavor. And we'll keep a check on you to see how well you're doing with your youth in the community of Agotime Adedome.
Let me use this opportunity.
Very quickly, under 30 seconds.
Let me use this opportunity to call on stakeholders, corporate organizations to support our project. We need support in terms of inputs, in terms of mechanization to also carry out our project.
All right.
Thank you.
So we've been talking to Vozbeth Azumah, who is the founder and president of Reality Ghana, and he is on a mission of agriculture, maize production, and Agotime Adedome. And there's a good initiative that you can support if you have the means. The inputs are very, very much needed so that the youth of the particular community, for instance, can also get something to do, and Ghana will develop eventually. Thanks for coming to the studio. And we take a feature on motorbikes being used in the country for commercial purposes. We'll be right back.
Organized means of transportation in Ghana are vehicles, train, led to the emergence of motorbikes as commercial or fare-paying means of transportation, popularly known as Okada. Parliament has, however, passed the Traffic Regulation 2012 Legislative Instrument 2180, which bans the operations of Okada as a non-conventional and legal means of transport in the country.
The Road Traffic Regulation 2012 LI 21